Hey everyone, Kevin here once again from the My Song of the Day Rock 2000 to Today YouTube channel. And today I'm going to be going through a top 10 list. And with Breaking Benjamin coming out with Aurora last week, I thought, might be time to do a top 10 Breaking Benjamin songs for me. So this is how this video is going to work. First, I'm going to talk you through why I picked Breaking Benjamin to do a top 10 song list on at this current juncture, because I got a couple of reasons behind that. Then I'm going to go through my top 10 favorite Breaking Benjamin songs, starting number 10 and going all the way to number 2. Between number 2 and number 1, I'll be giving you my honorable mentions, and then I will reveal my favorite Breaking Benjamin song of all time. Now, I know that you guys are going to have different lists and think, what songs are better than the ones that I picked. So I want to see them in the comments below, but watch the video first so you can see what my picks are and if you agree or disagree, and then we can debate on it. So let's get going. So why am I picking Breaking Benjamin as my next top 10 favorite songs of all time list? Well, first, it's the release of their acoustic reimagining Aurora album that came out on January 4th, 2020. I thought with the release of that album, it'd be the perfect time to put this out following our review on the album last week. And if you watch our review, you'll find out that I thought it was an okay album, mostly because I was really disappointed with the fact that a lot of the reimagining of the current songs they already have were not really reimaginings and more unplugged and acoustic versions, where their new song Far Away was much, much better and it was presented fantastically. So it's a mixed bag, and I thought it was, 5 out of 10. Right now, as I'm making this video, they are going on tour with Chord and a co-headlining tour. And with the fact that they're touring with a pioneering act in nu metal, it just shows the power that Breaking Benjamin has over the course of, 20 years in existence. Even last year when I saw them for the second time ever, they were the headliner for a show that featured Under Oath and Skillet. So again, just shows their sheer power. And also, if we take a look at it, Ben Burnley and Lacey Sturm have been connected in the rumor mill to have a side project going where both of them are working on music together and could potentially have a little side band, side album together. And that would be awesome. And we even got a piece of that on the Dear Agony cover on the Aurora version, which I was really disappointed overall. If you watch the review, to give you a quick rundown of why I was disappointed in it, it was because of how they used Lacey Sturm, where she was more of an accenting vocalist to Ben Burnley, who was featured heavily on the track. I wish they would have gone what they did with Dance to the Devil with Adam Gontier, let Adam Gontier just, take control of the track. I wish they would have let Lacey Sturm do that, but then again, that's a decision to make. I'm still excited to see if this side project comes out, though. One of the other reasons why I'm picking Breaking Benjamin for this list is because they are one of my top 10 favorite bands of all time. In my video last year for my top 10 favorite bands of all time from 2019, I had it like number 5 or number 6. I will be remaking the video again this year because with my Song of the Day project being exposed to a lot of different artists and a lot newer artists that I had no idea even existed from 2019, then, I have to remake the list because some moved out, some moved in. But one thing I can say is Breaking Benjamin definitely stayed in. And why Breaking Benjamin is one of my favorite bands of all time is because whenever I'm feeling just down, distraught, and just lost, Breaking Benjamin's music is one of the things that I go to heavily. The reason I go to Breaking Benjamin's music heavily on something like that is because it makes me feel not alone, and it makes me connect more with my emotions instead of just kind of pushing them off to the side and kind of digging them deep down and trying to forget about them. Helps me go through the process so that I'm not having to bottle up and come out later. So enough with my rambling. Let's get into the list. Let's go to number 10. Coming in at number 10 is the song I Will Not Bow. Now, I know a lot of you guys are probably already saying, whoa, Kevin, this is way too low, because I Will Not Bow is easily one of their more popular tracks. On a couple of top 10 lists I've seen, I'm going to pick I Will Not Bow at number 2. But then again, remember, this is my list, so I'm putting him at number 10, but let me explain why. So taking a look at this one, I actually don't remember when I first heard this song. I don't remember when. I'm going to be speaking on that in every single one. So I don't remember when I first heard, but taking a look at it, it starts out with that harder sound in the first verse is kind of where the song gets slowed up. Because, you hear the and it just goes heavy into it, and then it really slows up in the verse, and it takes more of that alt metal approach really in the verses on this one, but it keeps that a lot heavier alternative rock side of things. And I think this was chosen to create more of that, personal mantra feel to the overall song, to kind of, say, I will not bow, I will not break, kind of like, I will not give up, I will not go on. And it definitely uses it to its advantage. In the second verse, when Ben sings, show me where forever lies, that is probably my favorite part of the whole entire song, because it just sits out there, and it just is the thing that keeps you in with I Will Not Bow. And overall, I do like the song for its personal and themic and its structure, but overall, there's a lot more songs I really like on Breaking Benjamin's discography, so let's go to 9. Coming at number 9 is Give Me a Sign. This is off the Dear Agony album, and this is a song that always, and I mean always, hurts me every single time I listen to it, because it's all about some type of traumatic event that, turns your world on the side. And if you look at the music video, it is fully in that as well. And you end up looking at the sky, looking around, you're like, what's next? Is there hope? Can you please give me a sign? And again, like I said, the music video really speaks to that. And if you watch a music video, you will definitely get that feel, and you will relate to it. Now, I remember listening to this song like a bunch in 2017, especially the second half of 2017, because I was going through a breakup, and trust me, I've spoke about this, I was not handling it well, and I was always looking up to the sky when I would listen to this song, like, please give me a sign, like things are going to get better. And you know what happened? This project happened. The My Song a Day project happened. So, woo! Thank you for that. And this song is all about that doom and gloom feel. It stands out most throughout the song, and I'm almost certain you'll feel the same way, because the overall instrumentation is really compressed overall to just let Ben's angsty and more mournful vocals really take shape. And they really got that vibe, again, looking up to the sky and asking for something, for anything, for a sign that's just going to know that things are going to be better. So overall, it is on my list because it is just an insanely powerful ballad that helps put life into perspective, especially when you are lost, when you are hurting, when you think there is nothing else. It is a thing that, says, give me a sign, and the sign is gonna come. So in the end, this song does not lose any power the more and more you listen to it, and I absolutely love it. At number 8, I have Far Away off of the Aurora album. I spoke about it earlier, and yeah, it's coming in. And again, I first heard this one while trying to do the review for the Aurora album, putting it all together, getting ready for it, and I absolutely love this track. So let's look into why I love it. This intro to the song, it has this piano that really makes you feel like it's going to have that same emotion, that same drive, and that same power that Give Me a Sign had, and my God, does it deliver. The agony in the whole song is built through that slower and more depressed acoustic instrumentation and just the sharply depressed vocals. And again, like I said, the use of the acoustic stylings from the band and the piano on this one really play well, and I think even better than Give Me a Sign did. The biggest key on this song is the vocal mix between Ben Burnley and Scooter Ward of Chord. It's absolutely superb, because a song about feeling lost, the mix of the depressive angst they provide overall in the vocals, and it just hits hard again like Give Me a Sign. So overall, it's very similar to Give Me a Sign, but I think the acoustic and more depressed instrumentation really works well with the vocals to give you that, angsty and just, I definitely am feeling the pain feel that this, I just think this is better than Give Me a Sign by a little bit because of the acoustic stylings that end up amping that up. So comes at number 8. Coming in number 7, I have the song Angels Fall off of Dark Before Dawn. I remember first hearing this song back when I was a junior in college. So this is 2015, right when the album came out, because I was listening to a lot of it behind a front desk at the dorm that I worked at. And they usually hit on this certain formula. Breaking Benjamin is very good at hitting the same formula because it just is consistently great. But this one sounded a little bit different, and I was blown away by it. The verses had this much different feel to them. It had a darker feel to them. And this was found overall with the volume and the power that they possess as they're drawn back to really give you that darker, depressive tone. Ben Burnley's vocals are the same here as they remind you of a time when things, were just not perfect and there was a struggle in your life because they're more drawn back. They're not as forceful. And as the chorus hits, the underlying instrumentation amps up, and there's more of that, that classic radio guitar rock that has a more uplifting feel to it. And Ben Burnley's vocals, they pick up the intensity as well, but they have a lot more power to them. But they just show a lot more that there's going to be perseverance through the struggle. And this is something I really needed back at the, middle end of 2015, mostly because I was, again, going through something with, a female that her and I were, connecting. Things weren't going so well, and it was a struggle, and I needed this song kind of just keep going and persevere. Overall, I always listen to the song and I'm looking to persevere over something, and it just has a little bit of a darker, more depressive tone on that Breaking Benjamin formula that they absolutely hit the nail on the head on this one. I love this song. It's a great song. I think you should listen to it, so go listen to Angels Fall right after this video because, yeah. At number 6, I have the song Polyamorous. This was one of the band's first songs ever. I remember, again, hearing the song, listening to a lot of Breaking Benjamin back behind that front desk when I was in college. And this was something that, this is a song that I absolutely love because it went as hard as a lot of those songs did that I love before dark, before dawn. Now, taking a look at the song, the guitar work is very simple, but it really goes hard and stays with a consistent rock sound. And it does have an eerily early 2000s vibe throughout the whole entire thing. But when the song came out during that time, it makes sense. That's when it came out. The hard guitar work really lets Ben's vocals take the song and show you why Breaking Benjamin is going to be having that sound straight to its core, because it's a much deeper band than a lot of these other rock bands that were out at that time. They had this deeper, more depressive, angsty sound, but they still hit just as hard, and I absolutely love it. Overall, take a listen to the song. I love it because this is the song that put Breaking Benjamin on the map. It really gave hold to that Breaking Benjamin formula with a more dark, depressive, angsty sound, specifically with the guitar work and Ben Burnley's vocals. It was just a great way to say, boom, we're here. Comment number 5 is Breath off of the Phobia album. Now, I first listened to the song back, I can't remember when. I think I remember when. But it was right after I listened to Diary of Jane for the first time because, well, that's what happens when you listen to the band for the first time. You just start with the Phobia album. You go right down the middle. Because, well, hell yeah. But the reason why I like this song so much is basically based off of Ben Burnley's vocals throughout the whole entire track. Now, don't get me wrong, the instrumentation is really done well to help amplify the vocals, but the vocals are where the song shines overall. In a track that's all about, struggling with your inner demons and trying to break right out of that issue, you can hear the struggle in Ben's voice overall, because the verse have a much more, held back, angsty style again. And as you see, seeing what, the pre-chorus goes to, we're just ups that angst, ups the intensity, and ups the desperation to fight those demons. Then the chorus just literally lets it all out. It just puts it all together and just brings it around. You take the breath right out of me. Like, it just brings it right to your face. So overall, the song is the best for to really show Ben's vocals. It's really good showing Ben's vocals off because you see the power that they have as they build up the song through softer and they get a little more intense. They go on to be the peak intensity in the chorus. So it's a good one. Comment number 4 is the song Follow. I first heard this song back when I first saw Breaking Benjamin play live back in November 2017 when they were doing an unplugged acoustic set, and it was the first time I ever heard the song. I remember taking a video of it because I thought, I do not want to, miss this song or forget about it. I want to go home and listen to the original version. My God, the original version not disappoint. This song just has an instrumentation where it keeps that consistent hard rock sound throughout the whole entire thing, but it really changes it up as it goes through each part of the song. Take a look at the guitar on this song. As it jumps between, the verses, the pre-chorus, the chorus, and the bridge, you'll hear that guitar, consistently kind of change up the tempo and the pace and the tone, but it never loses its hard rock roots. Ben Burnley's vocals are great on this one as well. He tones down the angst a little bit more to let that rock sound really flow in the verses. And then in the chorus, he kind of brings it a little bit more, but it's just a consistently good hard rock sound. So overall, I love this song just in terms of, its versatility within the hard rock genre as it kind of just bounces between a lot of different stylings with hard rock, and it keeps it consistent. And trust me, it's just as good as acoustically as it is on the original album. So, Command song number 3, I have Never Again off the Dark Before Dawn album. Now, taking a look at this song, it's another one that I first heard at the University of Minnesota, sitting behind the front desk at that dorm, woohoo. And this song is very much written and constructed very similar to that Breaking Benjamin formula, but it has this mix of hard rock and heavy metal in the instrumentation, you know, with more of an emotional, depressive angst, again, like Breaking Benjamin. But what I like about the song is it hits well, and it's still very dynamic as it progresses through each section of the song, really providing more power and overall emotion as the song just continues on and on and on. This song is where Ben Burnley's vocals might be the absolute best in my opinion, because they're much more dynamic. He works with higher and lower pitch sounds in the verses and then amps them up even further in the chorus when he hits the never again at the end of the chorus. Oh my lord, does that just take you to a whole different level? Looking at the lyrics, it seems like this is going to be a song that's against the monotony that can happen in life over time, and when we're not happy about it, we got to say never again and just completely go full force against it. And I love that message because it hits me hard too, especially when, you know, taking a look at back what I was going through in 2017, where I thought, you know, everything was going wrong and life just started seeming really monotonous, and I had to get out of it, had to break out of something. Boom, this song was there, and it helped kind of drive forward into, you know, the My Song of the Day project. So overall, I love this song for how it's so dynamic. It takes you basically on this journey against the monotony in life, which I'm very, very big on. So yeah, I absolutely love this song. It's my favorite off of Dark Before Dawn. Coming in at number 2 is The Diary of Jane. I know you guys are thinking, Kevin, how is this not number 1? Well, it's number 2, guys. There's something I think is better than it. So let me go into it. I first heard this song when I was a sophomore in high school, and this girl I liked said that she really liked Breaking Benjamin. I had known about the band's name, but I never listened to them, so I thought, oh, well, let's listen to Breaking Benjamin. Downloaded Phobia, and this was the first Breaking Benjamin song I heard, so you guys know I started off on the right foot. And this song is just the one that, again, thrust Breaking Benjamin into superstardom mode. It was one that was heard everywhere, again, back in like 2006, 2007 when I looked into it. Again, I was listening to it at the time. I first heard it back in like 2010, but still, better late than never. And it's really easy to see why this song thrust the band to superstardom, because it is just that fantastic. Instrumentally, you take a look at the guitars, they're plentiful, and they're all hard and heavy across the board every single way you look at it. The tone they use is that classic Breaking Benjamin tone as well, where it's heavy, plenty of emotion, plenty of angst, and a little bit of depression in there. Ben Burnley's vocals are also done very well as well. They are consistently sharp throughout the whole entire song. They never waver, matching the emotion and the depression that the instrumentation provides us with. With a song about, you know, someone on the brink of a breakdown overall, and or for being, you know, without love, being without compassion, being without anything else in their lives, the emotion hits perfectly overall. Overall, in the histories, this will probably end up as Breaking Benjamin's most famous song, and probably the one that all fans think, you know, if they're going to think consistent Breaking Benjamin, this is the one they're going to go with. But for me, I think there's one more that just does it for me more than Diary of Jane. So, which is it? Alright guys, so now it's time for my honorable mentions, and you'll see the 3 I picked for honorable mentions right there. Wonder what number 1 is. Well, you guys know me. I like intensity. And I didn't pick the one that's, you know, uber intense. You guys know what it is. Coming in number 1, my favorite Breaking Benjamin song of all time is off the Ember album, and it's Red Cold River. I remember first hearing this song back in January 2018. I was visiting some friends in Minnesota, and I was still going through all that depression, anxiety, angst, sometimes suicidal tendencies back from that breakup I had in 2017. It was still affecting me up until that point. And I remember jumping in the shower and I saw my phone. It was, you know, Breaking Benjamin, new single, Red Cold River. I said, oh, I'll play. I like Breaking Benjamin. And when I heard it, it just fit perfectly for the time, going through all the emotion, the meaning, the angst, everything about it. And let me tell you why, how its intensity brought up to number 1 over Diary of Jane. Because it starts out rather slow and ominous. You know, like we're not really sure what we're getting into. But when the pre-chorus hits, the intensity, the emotion, everything just turns up to 11. And it is exactly what I was hoping for. Because this is their hardest track to date. Ben Burnley's vocals, when he just screams that run, that was something I've been hoping for from Ben Burnley for a long time. I was craving to hear it, and I got it here on Red Cold River, and it delivered just right. And the chorus that followed kept that classic Breaking Benjamin tone, but it was a little bit more intense from the band. And when you're dealing with something like a struggle of trying to feel something after a traumatic experience, hey, it really came to my ears at getting past that whole entire depression and really letting it go and just getting through it. And it was just the perfect thing overall. The instrumentation has that heavy alt metal feel to it, which is incredibly needed at this point because it mixes well with the heaviness of the vocals. You're going from the pre-chorus to the chorus and the softness of the vocals in the verse. The guitar work provides that heavy riff, especially in the pre-chorus, and the screams and the double kick from the drums. Oh my lord. Overall, everything that I think that is great about Breaking Benjamin, and when they up the intensity, is all encompassed here on Red Cold River. It is the song that I probably have the biggest and most emotional connection to, given the fact that it's one of those things that helped me jump out of that depressive state and really start the My Song of the Day page. It was one of the things that really keeps me going overall, and I don't think there's really anything that can beat that from the band. Red Cold River is their best song in my opinion, and that is just the way it is. Well, alright guys, that's it for me. Thank you for watching my top 10 favorite songs of all time from the band Breaking Benjamin, with Red Cold River being my #1 pick. You like the video, give me a like. If you dislike it, give me the dislike, but put in the comments your top 10 Breaking Benjamin songs of all time, and then we'll compare it with mine and we'll debate about it. I'd love to talk to you guys about it because Breaking Benjamin is one hell of a band. If you are not subscribed to this channel, hit that subscribe button and the bell icon to be notified I release videos every single Wednesday and sometimes a special Monday ones if we got 2 in 1 week. So, woo! Let's get those out of here. And you can follow us on social media as well on places like Facebook. You're going to find out anytime anything gets released, from the Song of the Day feature to podcast episodes to YouTube videos. So you'll be informed. Twitter, you'll find out that stuff too, but you'll be able to talk to us a lot better because that's what, the platform Twitter is for. You can talk to us on Facebook too, but that's, a perfect platform for it. Instagram is probably our biggest platform, and you can do all these things, such as we'll ask you questions that you can, you talk to and answer and listen to us. We'll compare notes with you, such as, what your favorite album is, what your band you prefer, one or the other kind of thing. You'll be able to see the Song of the Day 30-second feature on all 3 channels. And you will also be able to do stuff on Instagram, such as watch your IGTV behind the scenes. You guys will look at, what's going on behind the scenes with us, along with our Instagram live streams every Wednesday night at 9 p.m. Central. You'll also be able to follow us on TikTok as well because, we just do some fun stuff there, but I got to really get on that. So, yeah. All right, let's get those out of here and talk about the Chord Progression Podcast. It is our very own podcast that comes out every single Tuesday, and we just go deep dive into the world of music. So we talk a lot about the new music that comes out over the course of the week. We talk to, some small bands as well, such as GFM and Kingdom Collapse, that are going to be getting a lot bigger. So we'll talk to some smaller bands as well. We're hoping to talk to bigger bands in the future, and to you guys, the fans, as well. So if you got a new album you want to talk about, let us know, and we'd love to have you on the podcast to discuss one of these new albums with you in full. Then some of the things you'll get hear from us is just, some of the fun stuff I'm doing, some concert stuff, and some incredible, just stories because, I got some good ones. So you can listen on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Play, and right here on the My Song Day YouTube channel. And with YouTube, you can actually watch the whole entire podcast. Oh my God. It's kind of comparable to what they do on Cooper Stuff. So if you've ever watched that, when you're just seeing the video, it's kind of similar to that. So let's get that out of here. And if you are not enabled to our Alexa skill on your Amazon Echo device, please do that. Links for everything in the description below. So if you're not able to do that, please do that, because that's where you can hear the entire Song of the Day feature. And the Song of the Day feature is where you can, get reacquainted with all those old bands you used to love. Fall in love with them again. Get to know all the new bands out there and new music that you did not know that was out there. Stay in the know with a lot of newer music that's coming out with new album releases. And on Saturday, we always do Small Band Saturday, where a smaller, more emerging band can be featured. You can hear their song. On all those pages, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, that's where you can hear the 30-second preview. But the Alexa skill, you can hear the whole song for that day on those 24 hours. So go enable that on your Alexa skill right now. Link in the description below. And I want to thank you for watching this video. I absolutely love making these, guys. I absolutely love talking music. It is probably has become my overall passion. And I love your support. So thank you guys for watching. This is Kevin from the My Song of the Day Rock 2008 YouTube channel. Done with rambling, but gonna do the hat flip and have it land on my head awkwardly. See ya!